Disney lovers from all over are returning to the magic as the happiest place on earth is now welcoming back visitors into the parks. Leslie Harvey is a Disney enthusiast and mom behind Trips with Tykes, and she's here to give us the game plan on how we should all expect to do Disneyland differently this year. Welcome to the show, Leslie.
Thanks so much for having me.
So you recently visited Disneyland as it reopened just a few weeks ago. How was it being back after the long closure?
It was just wonderful. I mean, Disneyland is such a powerful symbol for our state, and having it closed for so long was challenging. And there was just this upbeat mood. Cast members were waving, guests were cheering, there were some happy tears. It just felt wonderful, especially since this happened against a backdrop of just improving public health conditions within our state, vaccine rollout. It felt like the right time. It felt like it was time.
Oh, well, that's great to hear. I can't wait to get back. For the guests or, potential guests that are still cautious about getting back into the world, and maybe they're worried about safety, we have to talk about that. What kind of precautions does Disneyland have in place right now?
There's so many precautions. And as a mom myself, of course, I'm very concerned about safety before I take my own children. And no one can do safety and logistics and operations like Disney can. And it was just spot on. So you have masks required, of course, everywhere, indoors and out still, because that's what California rules are right now. So you can only take them off when you're stationary and eating and drinking. They have temperature checks. They have hand sanitizer and hand washing stations everywhere. The thing that you'll really see is in the queues, there's social distancing. There are actually markers like you see at the grocery store or elsewhere where you'll be separated from other parties. And then once you get on the attractions, there's even more social distancing there. Between on the roller coasters, there'll be rows that are skipped. On the boats like Pirates of the Caribbean and It's a Small World, there'll just be a couple of parties. So you feel like you have plenty of elbow room to move around, and nothing is tight and squished like it sometimes can be on a crowded Disneyland day.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure not everything is fully open or back to normal yet there at Disneyland. Any other differences that guests are going to notice?
Well, the first thing they're going to notice is it's only going to be fellow Californians right now. There's a travel advisory in the state, so only Californians can go. So it's just going to be your friends and neighbors, which is actually kind of lovely. It was kind of an in-state celebration when I was there. But the other thing that they'll see is, there are things that are closed right now. There are things that just can't operate safely because of COVID. The parades are on pause right now. No fireworks at the moment. No character meet and greets. But there's some silver linings to that, actually, because some things that they've added to make up for that are actually really special. There are all these character greetings from afar, and there are a lot of very unique characters that are out in the parks, many more characters than you'll usually see. So I loved it, and I'm taking my kids back in a few weeks, and I know that they're going to be spotting their favorites.
Oh my goodness, what lucky kids you have. And what about those new attractions? Anything new at Disneyland?
Yes, so an old attraction, Snow White's Scary Adventures, that was definitely scary, and I never took my little kids on it because it was too scary. It got a makeover. It's now Snow White's Enchanted Wish. It's lovely. It's such a well-done, happy ending. Of course, there's the Star Wars attraction, Rise of the Resistance, that had just been unveiled before the shutdown. It launched in January of 2020. So that's new to a lot of people. And then the big one that I'm waiting for and going back for, Avengers Campus is launching June the 4th in California Adventure. All things Marvel and superhero. So I have a 7-year-old son who cannot wait.
I'm sure he's not the only one. Leslie, I can't wait. You make it sound so much more enticing and safe. I love it. Thanks so much for joining us. For more kid-friendly travel tips from Leslie, you can visit tripswithtykes.com.